Hello friends, welcome to Daily Knowledge. This video is about how to care for your stamp collection. Since a stamp is just a piece of paper, it is very fragile and often quite challenging to keep in a mint condition. Following 20 tips should help you to keep your stamp collection in as good shape as possible. First is don't touch the stamps. Fingers attract oil, acids and dirt. This will stain and discolor your stamps over time. To avoid this, use stamp tongs. There are 3 types of tongs. First is pointed end stamp tongs. This allows you to pick up individual stamps from a pile and place them on the stamp mounts. Handle this with care as they can puncture a stamp. Then second is spoon end stamp tongs. They have broad ends that can bend at an angle. And third is spade tip stamp tongs. They have a blunt and flat end that allow a firmer grip on the stamp without damaging its perforation mark or its surface. These are ideal for holding a stack of stamps. Now second is do not write on the stamps. Pencil marks were okay on the back of the stamps once upon a time, but today marks are unacceptable and can substantially reduce the value of your stamps. Then if you have old covers, do not soak the stamps off the envelopes. The cover with the stamp attached is often more valuable than the soaked off stamp. Number 4. If buying stamp albums or paper to use in the stamp album, look for the word acid-free paper. Avoid traditional paper that contain lignin from the mechanical pump. This degrades and turns yellow as the time passes, and this acid will eventually work into the stamps that are on the top of the paper and cause damage to these stamps. Number 5. Avoid stamp hinges at all cost because these decrease the value of your stamp very fast. Never use a hinge on a mint stamp or a valuable used stamp. If you must use hinges, then use one which are marked as P label. Sixth tip is if buying stamp mounts and other philatelic supplies with plastic in them, look for the words archival quality. They cost more but will protect the value of your stamps. Number 7. If you need to send scanned or photocopies of the stamps or covers, then try to make just one copy of each. If you need additional copies, then make copies of that copy. The bright light in the scan or the copy machine can cause a stamp to fade. When scanning stamps or cover, it is best to place them against a black background. This makes it easier to see the perforations. Now, full sheets of stamps should always be stored in mint sheet albums or folders. Cover including envelopes, postcard and wrappers need storage boxes with enough room to remove the cover easily, but not so much that they slide around and damage each other. Now, transparent sleeves are also available and they are adequate if they are sturdy enough to prevent bending. Now, number 9 tip, to ensure your collection survives for a long time, store your album and stock books upright to distribute the weight more evenly. You should also avoid overstuffing an album or the stock book since it will put too much pressure on the stamps and can cause damage. Number 10. Store your stamp collection on a high shelf or cupboard. Doing so will minimize the chance of water damage due to burst pipes, accidental spills or floods. Water can cause damage such as fungal infection, warping and gum damage. Placing files on a high shelf will also keep the collection away from your children who could unknowingly destroy your collection. Now number 11. Store stamps in a dry space. Humidity can cause mildew growth, mold, warping. These all can lower the value of your collection. To avoid this, be sure to store your stamps in a dry room. If you live in an area that is prone to humidity shifts, then you could consider installing a dehumidifier or humidifier and maintain the moisture content level between 35 and 55%. Another useful tip, store stamps in a dark room. Excessive sunlight can cause cracking, yellowing, color changes or fading on the stamps. For long-term preservation of your collection, it is crucial to minimize your stamp collection exposure to the direct sunlight. Number 13. Store stamps in a temperature-regulated room. Changes in temperature can cause the stamp paper to contract or expand. So never keep stamps in a garage, basement or attic where the temperatures are likely to fluctuate. Store your stamps in a room where the temperatures are unlikely to fall outside the range of 65 to 72 degrees Fahrenheit. Another tip, protect your stamps from pests. Pests such as microorganisms, insects and mice love organic materials such as stamp paper. To prevent them, always avoid storing your collection in a paper container. Also, be sure to seal off the entryways in your home to prevent the infestation. Number 15. Protect your stamp from chemical damage. Chemical damage occurs due to the presence of perfumes, aerosol sprays, or pesticide in the air. Storing your collection in an airtight container is the most effective solution for limiting the long-term exposure to the chemicals. Then number 16, protect your stamp collection from theft. Theft of valuable or rare stamp is becoming increasingly common. While the typical thief rarely knows much about the value of stamp, it is still vital to protect your collection from the intruders. Keep them under lock and key. Then do not store stamps in a home safe unless it has been specifically related to stored stamps. Many home safes will accumulate moisture on the inside, and the moisture will ruin the stamps. You could even consider placing your valuable collections in a bank safety deposit box. Then number 19, buy insurance for your stamp collection. Besides having historical and aesthetic significance, a valuable stamp collection also has a financial value that should be protected. Today, many companies have special insurance packages for the stamp collection. Then the last important tip, don't neglect. If you are watching this video, it is safe to assume you are concerned about learning how to preserve your stamp collection and are unlikely to neglect it in any major way. But neglect can take subtle forms as well, such as poor record keeping. Okay friends, thanks for watching this video. Please like, share, comment and subscribe to my YouTube channel.